Welcome back to another episode of Blind Boys Politics. I'm Nicholas Rod,
And I'm Chris Baker.
and we have teleported back to the realm of failed elections once again. And this week, we are talking about Michael Bennet, another Democratic candidate. He dropped out February 11th, 2020. He is 55 years old. He dropped out because of his poor showing at the New Hampshire primary. He had two main policies.
With one of those policies being his immigration policy. With this policy, he allowed undocumented immigrants to become full citizens of the country. This policy would also work on expanding visa options as well as trying to strengthen border defense to guard against illegal immigrants from coming into the country. And that pretty much wraps it up for his immigration policy. Straight to the point he was.
Yeah, this is a very straightforward policy. I definitely like this. I like this policy, and the reason I like it is because he's not looking to, get rid of illegal immigration. He's not looking to decriminalize it like we've seen, or completely destroy immigration itself. But he's finding this happy medium of, he wants to allow illegal immigrants, undocumented immigrants who are already in the country to stay. He wants to grant them access to citizenship, but then also strengthen the border to try and prevent any new illegal immigrants from coming in. I like this.
Absolutely. And he said in one of his rallies that his main goal isn't to separate families. He doesn't want to do that.
No.
So if you're already in the country, become a legal citizen. And also he wants to strengthen the border, and it's a good policy. And It was very straight to the point. It wasn't beating around the bush what he wanted. He was very straight to the point, very open on what his plan was.
Yeah, and I also like the visa idea, because if you expand the visa options, you expand opportunities for citizenship. And right now, as some may know, with our current immigration policy under President Donald Trump, we are only allowing about 30,000 immigrants into the country a year right now, which is a number that is plummeted because of his policy. During the Obama administration, the number was around 110,000 a year. So to expand upon visa opportunities, that obviously allows for more full citizenship opportunities, and it allows for more people to come to this country who want or need to come here.
Exactly.
So this policy I like. This next one is a little interesting because there are some good things here, and there's some things that some people would disagree with here. To start with, though, the other policy he has focuses on education. First, he wanted to give pay raises to teachers, which is great because, if anyone who may know this or who may not know this, teachers don't get paid a lot. They really don't. Teachers are, in some people's opinion, massively underpaid. So this pay raise to many might seem like a great thing. He wanted universal preschool and free community college. He had a $50 billion plan focused on 500 different regions to try to close educational gaps around the country. Obviously there are some school districts and regions of the country where education is not, even close, to being up to speed and up to par with the rest of that area's schools. So he wanted to close that. Of course, it's a pricey plan. $50 billion. Again, where is this coming from? taxes and money that the government just doesn't have right now, really. Finally, he wanted to give incentives to school districts to extend not only the school day, but the school year. This is something that I think even adults would disagree with. Obviously, you're going to have the kids screaming and hollering about an idea like this, or at least most kids would. But I think even some adults, especially the teachers and even parents, would probably frown upon this idea. Because first of all, we've had the same length of days and years in school for God knows how long now. And to completely change that, to extend it, would be kind of, not
I think
so
a lot
great.
of people would be saying, what is the actual point of doing that? A lot of people think kids are in school for long enough, and they believe that kids should be kids, and I don't think that would go over very well for him.
No, and think about it this way. Extending school days like this and school years, it can mess with multiple different things. First, for the parents, it can mess up their schedule because, if the parents work, say they have to get up really early in the morning. Some parents do for whatever job they have. They have a specific schedule that works right now for them so that they can pick up their kid or make sure their kid gets home okay on the bus or, whatever it may be. So to have that school day extended and the school year extended, it can really mess up the parents' schedules. It can mess up the kids' schedules, teenagers especially. Teenagers work, they get jobs so that they can start saving up for college and for a car and for, expenses that they start to have when they get closer to being an adult themselves.
Absolutely, and it just really all the way around, it would not be a popular choice. It simply wouldn't, and I don't think he would be able to pass that law.
I don't think so either. I think it would get turned down immediately. He was against progressive candidates such as Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders as well. His statement was that they wouldn't be able to hold up in a real debate, which was quite interesting to read.
Because he couldn't even do it?
Yeah, no, he didn't do well at all. And then finally, he had a strange pitch to voters, saying that he would be a president that people wouldn't have to hear about every 2 weeks and that things would return to a state of quote-unquote normality. Now, I mean, I could see what he's trying to say, because Trump comes out in the news every
5 minutes.
Day. Yeah, exactly.
Something else happens dramatically to him every 5 minutes between Twitter or not Twitter. So yes, it would be nice to have some peace and not always be on edge of thinking, what could he possibly do now?
Right. It's still a strange thing to throw out there, though. So
yeah, it kind of is. It's kind of like how President Taft, he would come up missing for 3 weeks and no one would be able to get a hold of him. That's kind of what he's saying.
It kind of seems like it, just looking at it from a base perspective, yeah. But no, it's just, even with the situation that, with Trump and everything, it's still an extremely strange thing to use as your pitch to voters to get them to vote for you.
It's kind of like a last say anything resort type of thing.
Yep, pretty much.
Please vote for me. I won't destroy the world.
Of course. And it still failed. But that is what we have on Michael Bennet, unless, Chris, you have anything else to add?
I think this is obviously my personal opinion. I think his election didn't do so well because he only had 2 policies. He didn't touch on other issues that was going on, like Cory Booker also wasn't. I think to have a successful campaign, you kind of have to be widely diverse in all situations that's going on in the world, and he simply was not.
No, his I was thinking the same thing because I searched for probably half an hour before I even found the information that I did on this guy, and it just there's not a lot. There's not a lot there to look at as far as policies go for him, and yeah, definitely weak.
Yep. Now, with all that being said, next week we'll be talking about Andrew Yang. But until then, make sure you listen to our weekly Friday podcast covering all politics and current events that's going on in the world. And watch next week.
Yep, and if you want to keep up with us on social media in the meantime, you can find us on Twitter at blindboypolitic. Same with Instagram, our personal accounts if you just want some entertainment. You can follow us for myself, it's at blinding_aura. That is at blinding_AURA. For Chris, it is at C_Baker002. Baker is, of course, BAKER.
All right. See you guys next week.
Adios, my friends.
Adios. Bye.